Life doesn't go as smoothly as we want most of the time, but instead of dwelling on all these terrible moments, why not turn them into positive motivation? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Andrew, a recent computer science with AI graduate from University of Nottingham, and on this channel we explore ways to improve our work, our life and ourselves in general. Today, I'd like to share how to turn negative experiences into positive motivations. Negative experiences are actually unpleasant, everyone knows that, but as recent as last week, I actually just faced one. So this one is about a job application which actually lasted for around a month, and I was relatively confident with it because went on with interviews and everything, so I'm just quite confident that I might just land a role. I was actually expecting an offer, but just on last Friday morning I received an email on them saying that they will no longer choose to proceed with my application. And yes, I was devastated. I was really sad, very upset about this, and I felt stupid. So from this point onwards, I felt, this negative experience literally affected me. I felt really sad, but I would just like to use this experience as an example on how to turn negative experiences into positive motivation. So using this example, I'd like to now bring you together with me on the process on changing it into a positive motivation. So right when I finished reading the email, just like what I said, I was really upset. I was disappointed. I was devastated. I was even thinking like, Andrew, why are you so stupid? Why do you think that you can just get a job? It's very unlikely you can do that. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt so sad, and even got to the point where I actually think that, Andrew, all your job applications are just gonna go down the drain. It's not gonna go in because, who are you? You're an imposter, probably. Like, you don't know anything. But yes, having all these thoughts are very, very normal. But like many people just try to cover them with like positive thinking. No, let's be positive. This is just, it's normal and all that. But for me, I don't do that. I don't encourage that. And the reason is simple. So we actually have a limited brain capacity, and your brain is already filled with all this negative experience. And if you try to fill up with more positive thinking, it's just gonna pack up your brain. It's just gonna be full of this negativity and positive, but the negativity won't be gone, What I do is, I feel it, and I let this negative experience to release into the wild, and after that, it will free up space for other stuff. That's why the first step is just for you to feel your negative experience. So, now that you feel negatively about your experiences, you let it feel and all that, you can't just stay in that state of sadness or annoyance, You gotta get out of it. In order to get out of it, we need to figure out what is the reason that made us think this experience so negatively. For me, it is very simple. It's just because I want to get a job, and this rejection just makes me further away from actually getting a job. And I mean, getting a job, the process of getting a job isn't any easy. You have to go fill up your application, you have to go through assessment, and then you have to get an interview, and yes, then you probably get an offer. And yes, like that's why, because I got an interview, and then I'm just right before the offer stage, and then I failed. I got rejected. So now I'm back to square one, and who wants to start this process all over again? That's why I feel so sad, so upset, because I am just basically back to nothing. So now, here's the step 2. You figure out what made you think so negatively about it, so that you can find a solution for it. Of course, after figuring things out, it might actually not make you feel any better. In fact, it might actually make you feel worse. Because who wants to face the root of the problem, right? Same for me. I was legit thinking like, oh my god, I am right now I'm further away from getting a job. I'm literally back to ground zero. How am I gonna do this? That's why it's important for us to know that while this experience is shit, it is not the end of the world. Usually when we fail at something, it's just us not getting on the intended path that we want to go on. but there are always other ways open to us. There's never no way for us to just get to the point where we want to be. Just like what my internship supervisor used to tell me, whenever we fail at something, the alternative is never impossible. It's usually just an inconvenience. The thing that we should remember is that this experience may be shit, but there's always other ways for us to solve it. Now that we've been sad, we know that why we're sad, and of course, we also know that it's not the end of the world. Here's step 4. Let's find a new way to achieve our goal and find a better way if possible. In my case, because I have a job tracker thing where I try to track all my job application process, I know that I have high application rejection rate and high assessment rejection rate. So this tells me two things. My application has a problem and I'm not really good at doing assessment. So definitely I can improve on my application, maybe writing better cover letters, and for assessment, it just means that I need to brush up on my own skills. The great thing about failing is that it tells that this method just doesn't work. So you can find other ways and learn and improve. In my case, I know that this is my problem, so I will take this chance to learn and improve to be able to achieve my goal. So yes, use this failed experience to find a better way to achieve your goal. You might not get to the goal directly after improving, but for every improvement you make, you are always getting closer to the final goal. Finally, always remember that there are people who care for you. For me, it's definitely my friends, family, girlfriend, and of course, audiences that are watching this video that pushes me to keep doing better. You, like everyone else, is never a failure. We're just constantly in this infinite game of improving. This is the process that everyone will go through. And just keep doing this, not just for yourself, but also for everyone else that cares about you. This is how we can turn a negative experience into positive motivations. Of course, this 5-part process of turning negative experiences into positive motivation isn't that easy. It takes a lot of practice to master it. For me, it's actually because I've been through so many negative experiences that I kind of realized that, oh no, there is actually a formula in turning negative experiences into positive motivation. So a few of my negative experiences, like major negative experiences, are: first, I lost 10,000 ringgit in a forex investment. Second, I lost around 5,000 ringgit in a few online purchase scams that happens in quite a short amount of time. And then a very recent one in the UK is that I got scammed 800 quid by a buyer that's trying to buy my phone. Very funny thing. But yes, you won't be able to just immediately turn all your negative experiences into positive motivation right after you finish this video. But the point of this video is that for you to just know this thing exists and then try to remind yourself every time you face a negative experience. And just over time, you'll be able to turn all your negative experiences into a learning moment. And then you always get motivation, even though you've been through a very, very bad experience. So yes, that's it for this video. I hope it is really helpful. But yes, if you like this video, do like, share and subscribe. Maybe consider checking out my previous video, which is actually a vlog, since now I'm an unemployed graduate, so I made a kind of day in a life vlog on how I spend my days as a student slash unemployed graduate. But of course, if you're interested in podcasts, do feel free to check out the Ink Thoughts podcast, which is a podcast created by me and my girlfriend Verene, where we explore incongruous thoughts in our daily life. So thanks around for listening. Thanks around for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.